Hello everyone, Andrikats here and welcome back to my channel. With the final phase in full swing and with only about a month left before Legion Remix wraps up, I think this is the perfect time to break down what's on the line and what you should be focusing on. Whether you are jumping in for the first time, coming back after a break, or have been grinding non-stop since the start, I'll walk you through all of the goodies that are going away soon and the activities worth prioritizing now. The good news is that there's still plenty of time to collect everything, even if you're starting fresh, thanks to all the catch-up systems now in place. Well, unless you are watching this video 2 days before it ends, in that case, well, maybe you cannot get everything. Even if you have been playing Remix non-stop since the day launch, well, I think this is a great way to double-check that you haven't missed anything important. We've got a lot to cover today, so let's not waste any more time and jump straight into it. First up, the Mythic Chosen Dead ensembles from Trial of Valor will no longer be available once Remix ends. To unlock these Transmogs, you'll need to clear the Mythic Trial of Valor raid without dying. Now, I know that might sound a bit intimidating at first, but trust me, it's actually very easy. I managed to do this with a 600 item level character, or maybe less, so gearing isn't a big concern here. Just pick up a bit of max level gear, queue in as a healer or maybe tank if you can. It doesn't really matter that much, but it will greatly help if you have a bit of self-healing. Definitely what you want to do is just stay back a little and, well, let the group handle the bosses. That alone almost guarantees that you'll survive. And one more thing to keep in mind, if you're planning to collect all 4 armor variants, you'll need to do this on 4 different armor types. In other words, you'll need 4 maxed out characters, cloth, leather, mail and plate, and then you just need to clear Mythic Trial of Valor without dying on each one to unlock the full set. Next up, another thing that is going away is the Violet Spellwing mount, the original ahead of the curve mount from Antorus the Burning Throne. All you have to do is kill Argus the Unmaker, the final boss of Antorus raid, on either Heroic or Mythic. He will drop a quest item that starts the quest Blood of a Titan. You then return it to Khadgar in Dalaran, and this teaches you the Kirin Tor Summoning Crystal, which basically unlocks the mount. I was one of the lucky ones that got it back in Legion, but like I said, this will still be available for the remainder of Remix, so that is gonna be your only chance to get it. So far, we have looked at rewards that existed in the past and are only making a limited time return in Remix. But that's not all. Lemix also introduces a whole set of brand new rewards that you'll only ever be able to get here. What I'm trying to say is that these are exclusive to the event, so if you want to get them, this is your one and only chance. Let's break them one by one. For example, a big one to keep in mind is the set of rewards that are tied to the meta achievements of the Legion zones. This means completing the metas for the 5 original Broken Isle zones, plus the Broken Shore and Argus. In total, you're looking at 7 achievements. Completing them unlocks some great rewards, mostly cosmetics, that will disappear once Remix ends. The good news is that they're not particularly difficult. Depending on how much progress you've already made and how much time you put in, they might take a few days, but they are very manageable. You don't need to complete every single sub-achievement in a zone, usually only 2 or 3 are required for the meta, which makes the grind much easier. If you just focus on one zone at a time, you'll get through them pretty quickly. So let's take a closer look together and make sure you haven't missed a thing. Completing the Valshara meta rewards you with a weapon illusion called Felshatter. The Stormheim meta gives you the Sinister Fel arsenal, a bundle of 4 Fel-themed weapons including a dagger, a staff, a one-handed sword and a wand. The Ajuna meta rewards you with a baby Alwarden pet, and yeah, it is very adorable. You definitely do not want to miss that one. Completing the High Mountain meta gives you another pet, the Dusky Tooth Felsnooter, which is also quite nice. The Suramar meta rewards you with a beautiful outfit inspired by Queen Azshara herself, so you can truly go around looking fabulous. On the other side of the spectrum, you can do the Broken Shore meta, which awards the iconic sword Shalamain in a Fel-corrupted version, both as a 2-handed sword and split into 1-handed swords. Finally, completing the Argus meta rewards you with the Manoroth back appearance and shield. Another major addition remix you definitely do not want to miss out on is the 4 brand new Sargerei commander sets. These ensembles come in green, red, purple and gold, so let's go through them one by one and see how to get them real fast. First up is the green set, the Felscorned Regalia. The way to get this one is actually quite straightforward. You unlock it by completing the Legion Remix campaign. It has a special label in your quest log, so it's quite easy to spot. The campaign itself includes the intro storyline, and then it's just a short chain of quests that you pick from Eternus. Once you finish it, you unlock the ensemble along with the achievement to Fell and Back. The general idea here is that you need to level up your character and complete a research quest from Eternus to be able to proceed on the next part of the quest chain. Don't forget that once you hit 80, you'll also get a quest from Moradari that allows you to refresh all of your research assignments, letting you complete even more. Next up is the red fire set, the Hellforge Regalia. You earn this one by completing the achievement Time-Worn Keystone Hero, which requires timing a plus 30 Keystone Dungeon. These are basically the Legion Remix version of Mythic Plus. If your character is strong enough, you might even be able to solo this, but running it with a few more people will definitely make things faster. And since you are already doing keys, you might want to push to a plus 40 if you want to earn the Infernal title. But we'll talk more about the exclusive titles later in the video. For now, let's move on to another Sargerei set, the Purple Void Scar Regalia. To unlock this one, you'll need to complete 100 wall quests while in the Heroic Wall tier. Heroic tier is basically a harder outer mode that you're gonna find a lot of empowered mobs, and generally all of the mobs found here are gonna hit a lot harder, especially rare elites. But once you do get some gear and infinite power, it's really nothing to be afraid of. You can activate it at the console in the Infinite Bazaar next to Eternus. Oh, and if you don't see any wall quests up, make sure to pick up and complete the quest Uniting the Isles. This is obtained from Khadgar in Dalaran and will unlock the wall quest for the original zones. You may need to do a few additional quests down the line to unlock the Broken Shore and Nargus wall quest, but the OG zones alone already have plenty to work with. This one is admittedly a bit of a grind since you need to complete 100 of them, but many wall quests don't even involve combat, so definitely focus on those if you are struggling. Being a tank will definitely make things a lot easier, but I totally understand that not everyone wants to play as a tank. I'll be honest here, I'm one of those people too, but thanks to this single button assistant, I can easily play my Prot Paladin, and well, I've been enjoying it quite a bit. Wall quests rotate daily, so just keep an eye on the timers and slowly chip away at them. The last Sargerei set is the golden one, the Lightbound Regalia. This one's going to send you on a bit of a wall tour through raids. All you need to do is clear all 5 Legion raids on Mythic difficulty. At this point, they're pretty easy to get through in Remix, and most groups are open to bringing fresh tunes along as well. The only real hurdle you might face is keeping up, especially if your gear doesn't have much speed on it. While we're talking about raids, clearing Mythic and Taurus also awards you with the Fel version of the Scythe of the Unmaker. This is a brand new green red color that is only available in Remix, so you might as well grab it while you can. And before we move on to all of the vendor goodies, there is one more thing tied to Legion Remix that is worth quickly going over, and that's the exclusive titles. Like I've already mentioned, the Infernal title requires timing a plus 40 or higher key. The Time Runner title is earned simply by maxing out a character in Legion Remix. The Chrono Scholar title comes from the achievement Tenured in the Time Waste 4, which requires completing 150 infinite research quests from Eternus. And finally, the title of the Infinite Chaos is earned by clearing all Legion Remix raids on heroic difficulty or higher. Alrighty, now let's move on to all the Infinite Bazaar vendors, and specifically let's see what will go away with the Remix conclusion. Some of these items will still be able to obtain from retail, but many of them are actually going away for good. A great way to figure out exactly what's temporary is by using the site completionist.com, or you can use the Legion Remix Helper add-on. But let's talk a bit more about the site, because I actually do prefer that. You can import your character, enable all the faces in the filters on the left, and then simply filter for all the temporary rewards. That will show you all the feats of strength achievements, and if you scroll down, you'll also see all the vendor items tied specifically to Remix. That's a lot, so let's take them vendor by vendor. In particular, all of the Felscorned mounts will be going away. These are brand new greenfield versions of the class hall mounts. You can obtain them in two ways. You can either buy them for 10,000 bronze each, or earn them by maxing out their respective class in Remix. Honestly, they're not really that expensive, so my advice is to see how many characters you end up leveling and then just buy whatever mounts you're missing with bronze. I mean, that's probably what I'll be doing. There are also several new mounts, mostly recolors or previously unobtained ones, again costing 10,000 bronze each. You can find them from Hemet and Enquiries. Oro sells 3 new pets and a toy that is exclusive only to Remix. It's also worth mentioning here, in case you didn't make any Demo Hunter yet, well, there is an exclusive toy just for Demo Hunters, and it's called the Skull of Corruption. You might already be familiar with it because you can't technically get it in retail, but it is a very rare drop from Gul'dan. As you can expect, it's heavily RNG based, and in Remix you can actually just visit the NPC on a Demo Hunter and just buy with bronze. In a similar vein, you can also get other mounts, pets and toys that are still available to get from retail, but perhaps they are a lot harder to farm there. If you can afford it, it's honestly worth picking up everything, and if you just want to focus on what's actually living, Completionist does a great job of showcasing all of that. Anyway, moving on with the vendors, Unicus sells a bunch of exclusive ensembles that are only obtainable in Legion Remix, including heritage sets for Nightboar, Lightforged Draenei, and more. I'd actually recommend grabbing all of them here because, like I said, I'm pretty sure everything here is FOMO. I mean, it's not a coincidence that he's called the exclusive ensembles vendor. The Tauren lady next to him sells open world and questing ensembles, including armor sets from the Legion pre-patch event. Obviously, that is not available in retail, so you might as well grab them now, cause this is gonna be your final chance. Next in line, the Dungeon vendor sells items from Legion dungeons, which can still be earned in retail, so whether you want to spend your bronze there is completely up to you. What I highly recommend though is buying everything from the next door vendor. Pythagoras sells all the mythic raid ensembles, and buying those unlocks also the lower difficulty too. Now I know these aren't exactly FOMO, but they do unlock a massive number of appearances, even for characters of the same armor type. So I'll go ahead and say that's actually worth the bronze, even if you do already have them on retail. Furthermore, from this vendor you can also get 4 extremely rare raid items. While a few of these can drop in retail, they are notoriously difficult to farm, making Remix a far more convenient path to obtaining them. Beyond that, you'll unlock additional appearances that simply aren't available in retail. So let me walk you through them. The first Satyr Spolders unlock the leather shoulders from Zevius in the Emerald Nightmare. The Hammer of Vigilance is the one-handed mace used by Maiden of Vigilance in Tomb of Sargeras. Heyshalak unlocks the two-handed sword from Angramar in Antorus Raid, but in Remix you can also obtain his tiny brother, a one-handed sword appearance that doesn't exist in retail. The Scythe of the Unmaker unlocks both the red and blue polearm appearances from Argus, and exclusive to Remix you also unlock staff appearances for both color variants. To purchase these items, you'll need bronze and an additional currency that drops from their respective bosses, starting from normal, with higher difficulties dropping more. For example, if you clear them on Mythic, you'll get 10 per kill, meaning that 2 Mythic clears is enough to buy each item. So if you want to get this, you'll need to kill Zevius in Emerald Nightmare, Maiden of Vigilance in Tomb of Sargeras, Angramar, and Argus the Unmaker in Antorus. Running these 3 raids twice on Mythic will give you everything you need to get the items. Just don't do LFR, because LFR does not work for this, and it's honestly a waste of time in Remix. That's not all, because you came to this video to see everything you have to do. So behind this raid vendor, there are 2 more vendors that you probably need to take a look at. Aegis the Silent sells Legion ensembles obtained from Condet outside of the Legion expansion. This might still exist in retail, but I'm not entirely sure, so you might want to grab them just in case. Right next to him you'll find Freddy Threads that sells cloak ensembles. These are quite cheap to get, so I'll just say go ahead and get them all. And well, they do appear to be brand new. Speaking of brand new additions, we cannot address the elephant in the room, which is player housing, and you can actually buy some decor items from Legion Remix. With patch 11.2.7 now live, Domilius, our favorite orc, has officially abandoned his scrubbing floor duties and is now selling decor items. You'll need to complete certain achievements to unlock them in the first place, and additional copies can be bought with bronze. Blizzard has clarified that these items are not FOMO, but they also warned us about something else. Once Remix ends, Domilius' wares will be sold by Valzoon in the Dalaran sewers. However, those versions will require order resources and Veil Argunite. Oh, and obviously prices will be significantly higher. Undoubtedly bronze is a lot faster to farm, so it's definitely worth picking this up now if you want to get a lot of them. Like, even Blizzard is telling you to, so what you gonna do? Well, if you thought this video was over, oh boy, you are so wrong, because I couldn't possibly end it without talking about hidden artifact skins, order halls, and class mounts. Okay, I promise you this is the last bit. While things like completing your order hall campaign, earning your class mount, and unlocking hidden skins for your artifacts can still be done in retail, I'll say don't do that. Well, for now, since we can obtain them in Legion Remix faster and easier, you might as well take full advantage of. Personally, I've already picked up 6 class mounts so far, and I've got 3 more to go before I can say I'm officially done with all of them. After that, and whatever time I have left, will be spent chasing hidden artifacts, since those will unlock decor items back in retail. I'll also drop a Wowhead link below if you want to read up on the details, because, like I said, some of these are a lot easier to get in Remix. Take the Corrupted Ashbringer for example. You can buy the Shard of Darkness for 100k bronze, bring it back to Lord Maxwell in your order hall, and follow up with a quick quest. And that's it, that's how you unlock it. Pretty easy. I've been told that this is actually a huge shortcut. I wouldn't know, I haven't done it before, and I mean, as long as you've got the bronze saved up, you might as well use it. Just consider this, you might want to do some hidden artifact skins. You might have an easier time farming them now. And that pretty much wraps up everything. Whether this is your last chance to grab goodies before they are gone, or you're simply taking advantage of how much easier Remix makes the grind, now's the time. This was a massive list of items, so if I overlooked anything, drop it in the comments. I'm not sure if this will be my final Legion Remix video, but I'd love to hear your thoughts, especially now that we have seen every phase and our time there is officially winding down. So what do you think of Legion Remix? If you could change one thing about it, what will it be? As always, thank you so much for sticking around until the very end, and make sure to drop a like if you have found this video helpful. Don't forget to subscribe for more WoW coverage and hit the bell to stay up to date. Good luck with whatever you are doing, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!